Stepping into the tiny coffee shop, Carlos's stomach twisted into nervous knots. It was easy to spot his sister Marisol sitting at a table at the far end of the shop with her usual drink, a caramel frappuccino, in front of her. Her long, thick, wavy hair cascaded down her shoulders, framing her pensive face. When she saw him, her face didn't light up. "I shouldn't have come." Carlos could see the distraught etched on her face. "It's been 3 years, and she still can't smile when she sees me." She didn't even stand to hug him when he approached the table, giving him the weakest smile before he sat down. Carlos was tempted to order a coffee before sitting down, but he knew it would just delay the painful conversation for which he was here. Plus, he'd probably be gone before it came. They sat a moment in uneasy silence before Carlos spoke. "How are you, Marisol?" "I'm good." Marisol looked everywhere but at him. Then she quickly asked, "How are you?" Shaking his head, Carlos chuckled. He could tell she really didn't care. If she did, she would have helped him when their parents kicked him out at 17 for being gay and had no place to go. She would have tried to find him in the 3 years since he had been living on the streets. Carlos folded his arms on the table and deliberately looked her in the eyes. "Cut the shit, Marisol. I haven't heard from you or anyone else in the family since Mom and Dad kicked me out. You went through all the trouble of getting me a message that you needed to talk to me. Now talk." Marisol played with the straw in her drink. Carlos saw she was obviously uncomfortable, either from what she had to say or simply by being here with him. It was when he started to get up from the table that she finally said, "Wait." Carlos sat back down. He was beginning to question his judgment in coming here. "Why are you here, Marisol? Why am I here?" Marisol finally looked at Carlos and said, We saw the news." For a moment, Carlos let himself believe they cared. "You guys were worried?" "No. Well, yes," she blurted, then took a long sip from her frappuccino to shut herself up. Disappointed, Carlos asked, "What is it then?" Marisol stared at a cup. "Everyone knows you do those movies now." I do porn," Carlos sighed. "I do gay porn." Marisol looked around quickly to see if anyone heard him. "Yes," she said in a hushed whisper. "Mom and Dad are so embarrassed. You need to stop." Carlos didn't even realize he was laughing as he spoke. "Seriously? They are embarrassed by me doing gay porn, but not embarrassed that they threw their son out on the streets for being gay? It's not funny. We're a good Christian family. It's shameful for you to be doing this," Marisol whispered angrily. "Oh, it's hilarious," Carlos countered. "Were Mom and Dad being good Christians when they tossed me out onto the streets? Were you being a good Christian when I came to you for help and you slammed the door in my face? That's not fair." Marisol shot back louder than she intended. Her eyes darted around to see if her raised voice had caught anyone's attention before settling back on Carlos. "You know we couldn't have your perversions in our homes. I have little children." Carlos scoffed, his lips curling into an unhappy smile. "So, I'm no longer part of the family, but you all can dictate my life? If you had only gone to counseling, you can still go. They can help you with your sickness." Marisol's eyes were big, round, and pleading. Carlos couldn't believe she could be this naive, this blind. "Counseling? I'm not sick, Marisol. I'm gay." "Keep your voice down. You're making a scene," Marisol said sternly, seeing the few customers and staff looking at them. Carlos stood, causing the chair to scrape loudly on the floor. He raised his voice so everyone in the coffee shop could hear him. "My biological family may have turned their back on me, but my new family loves me for who I am. Please, don't contact me again unless you're ready to love me for who I am. Goodbye, Marisol." Carlos stormed out, not noticing the phones out recording his and Marisol's exchange. He hated leaving her there, with everyone looking at her with judgmental eyes.